The psychology of voice, how tone, pitch, and speech patterns influence trust and power. What if your voice was the secret weapon you never knew you had? We often focus so much on the words we use that we forget how we say them might be even more important. In fact, studies show that people make decisions about your trustworthiness, authority, and even your attractiveness in the first few seconds, based almost entirely on your voice. This is not about singing, speaking loudly, or having a radio voice. This is about the psychology of voice, how tone, pitch, pacing, and vocal variation subtly shape the way others see you. Whether you're giving a presentation, going on a date, leading a team, or even recording a voicemail, the way you speak could change everything. Let's dive deep into why your voice matters, how it influences perception, and how to use it as a tool to project power, warmth, and confidence. The subconscious power of your voice. Most people don't realize that voice perception happens almost instantly. Research from Princeton University shows that we form impressions of someone's competence and trustworthiness within 500 milliseconds of hearing them speak. That's less than a second. And here's the kicker, those first impressions stick. Once someone pegs you as timid, uncertain, arrogant, or untrustworthy, based purely on vocal tone, it's incredibly hard to undo. Our brains evolved to detect subtle cues in voices. It helped us survive, recognizing anger, safety, dominance, or alliance by the way someone spoke. Those instincts are still active today. A weak tone might signal insecurity. A flat tone may seem disinterested. An over-controlled pitch might come off as fake. Pitch, the hidden message in your frequency. Your pitch, how high or low your voice sounds, is one of the most important cues we subconsciously assess. Lower-pitched voices are generally perceived as more authoritative, confident, and competent. This applies to both men and women. One famous study found that CEOs with deeper voices earned more and led larger companies. Higher-pitched voices, when overly sharp or tight, can sometimes be associated with nervousness or immaturity, though in friendly conversations they can also signal warmth or excitement. So does this mean you should force a lower voice? Not necessarily. It's more about learning to relax your voice, breathe from your diaphragm, and remove strain that artificially raises your pitch when you're nervous. Tone, your emotional signature. If pitch is the raw material, tone is the texture. Tone reveals emotion. It tells people whether you're bored, angry, confident, uncertain, enthusiastic, or anxious, even if your words say something different. A warm, inviting tone builds rapport instantly. It can make even critical feedback feel supportive. A cold, flat tone, on the other hand, signals detachment or lack of interest. An angry or sharp tone creates defensiveness, even if the words are neutral. Mastering tone is about aligning your emotion with your message. If you're trying to motivate, let enthusiasm and clarity come through. If you're being empathetic, slow your speech, lower your tone slightly, and soften your edges. Speech patterns, the unseen habits that shape perception. The way you speak, your rhythm, volume, and verbal habits, also plays a huge role in how you're perceived. Speaking too fast often signals nervousness or a lack of control. Speaking too slowly can come across as uncertain or even patronizing. Filler words like, like, and reduce credibility and authority. Upspeak, ending sentences with a rising intonation like a question, can make statements sound unsure. Vocal fry, a creaky, gravelly voice, is often criticized, especially in professional settings, for sounding disengaged. But here's the truth. Awareness is the first step. We all have vocal habits, some picked up from family, culture, or social media. The goal isn't to erase your uniqueness. It's to refine your delivery to fit your message. Trust versus power, the two sides of vocal psychology. Your voice can send signals of trust or power, but rarely both at the same time. It depends on your goal. If you're trying to connect, comfort, or build emotional rapport, emphasize trust. Use warm tone, steady pacing, and vocal variation. If you want to command respect, lead a group, or negotiate, you need to lean into power. This means slowing your pace, using deliberate pauses, lowering your pitch slightly, and minimizing filler words. The best communicators know how to switch gears depending on the context. How to improve your voice and presence. You don't need to be born with a great voice to be influential. You just need to train it like any other skill. 1. Record yourself. The fastest way to grow awareness of your vocal habits is to listen to yourself. Record short messages or mock presentations. What do you hear? What would you change? 2. Breathe properly. Speak from your diaphragm, not your throat. Shallow breath creates tension and raises pitch. Deep breath supports vocal strength. 3. Slow down and pause. Slowing your speech just slightly boosts authority. Strategic pauses also allow your message to sink in and keep listeners hooked. 4. Warm up your voice. Just like stretching before exercise, warming up your voice improves delivery. Try humming, lip trills, or gentle vocal scales before important conversations. 5. Mirror emotional tone. In emotionally charged conversations, subtly mirror the other person's tone and energy. It creates unconscious rapport and signals understanding. Why this matters more than ever. In a digital world of podcasts, voice messages, Zoom calls, and online dating, your voice often speaks before your face does. You might be judged before you're seen. And once that impression forms, it can determine whether people trust you, follow you, respect you, or ignore you. The good news? Unlike height or facial features, your voice is changeable. It's a living instrument. With attention and care, you can shape it into a powerful tool of communication, influence, and emotional connection. Final thoughts. The psychology of voice is not just for actors, public speakers, or leaders. It's for everyone who communicates. Your voice reveals who you are, often more than your words do. Learning to understand and improve how you sound may just be one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Because once you master your voice, you master how the world hears you.